Alright, this week I decided I would do videos for each class. So I will do an updated video on all the numbers and everything. That'll also be in there. But I wanted to have specifics for each class. So first, I want to talk to AP. This will be the beginning of review time. Okay, it's a heck of a year to do AP with everything else that's going on. But big bonus is that our test is now 1/4 as long as it normally would be. And all we're doing is one DBQ, one document-based question. So one short essay where they provide you with the documents and they provide you with the prompt. Okay, so what we'll have to do is work on writing a bunch between now and then. What they've also done, the AP board has also done shortened the amount of material that you might be questioned on, right? So instead of all 9 units, it's only units 3 through 7. So this week, I've posted a couple of review assignments for you, and that's how it's going to work between now and May 15th when the test day is. So when you get on there, first thing that'll be is there's a few videos I want you to watch, and this video will be in there, so I hope you watch it. It explains how to write a DBQ. And since we're not going to have all the in-class time together to do that, I found some experts that can help, and then I'll be along the way to help as well. But how it works, just like how it's worked in other writing assignments I've given you, it'll give you a prompt, right? So it'll say, explain to the extent that, society changed in America because of the Civil War, right? So maybe that's your prompt. So then you have to make an argument. You have to say either, yes, society changed a lot, or society didn't change that much. It doesn't matter what your argument is. I don't care whether or not I agree with it, or in all honesty, whether or not it's super factually accurate, isn't what they're looking at. What they're looking at is that you make an argument, and then you use the documents they provide to back up your argument, right? So you start with your introductory paragraph like you've written in English, right? You start with an attention-getting thing, and then you broaden it down into your thesis. So I would say, society changed after the Civil War greatly. Examples would be 1, 2, and 3. Maybe that could be your thesis statement. Maybe that's not the strongest thesis statement, but it came off the top of my head. So then your first body paragraph is the first thing that was in your thesis, right? And then you find document-based information. Maybe you provide a quote or you just summarize it, then you've got to cite it. So maybe I said because, obviously, society changed because now black people were free, right? And maybe one of the documents is the Emancipation Proclamation. You say the Emancipation Proclamation freed all slaves in 1863 in areas of rebellion. And then you would put in parentheses document A. And then you would put your little, your opinion in there, and then maybe some more facts, and you move on to paragraph 2, which will be the second point from your thesis. You do the same thing. Paragraph 3, same thing. Then you conclude it with your conclusionary or your final paragraph where you restate your thesis without saying it exactly the same, and you summarize everything and put it together. That's your AP test this year. Usually your document-based question is going to have 7 documents, and they want you to use 5. This year they're going to shorten that. I would recommend you use all of them. The more you use, they give you bonus points to help you out. Okay, and this is for all the marbles, right? Now, with all that said, we'll check in more about DBQ writing and all this sort of stuff. This week, I am not requiring you to write a whole DBQ. Okay, we have about a month. From me recording this right now, we have exactly a month. Okay, because today's the 15th. This week, I want you to write me the outline of 2 DBQs. They are in the AP classroom, right? If you wanted to write a full DBQ, you could, right? You can. I would recommend you practice as much as you can. But I know you guys have other classes too, so at least you have to do an outline. So the way it's going to work this week, you'll watch those videos about how to write a DBQ, you'll watch this video and all that stuff so you understand everything. Then you'll have a Unit 3 review and a Unit 4 review. They work exactly the same. So for Unit 3, you'll go on the AP Classroom and you'll click on Unit 3 Review. In that Unit 3 review, there's 2 short answer questions that you must do. But remember, short answer is just A, B, and C. You just write a couple of sentences for each. I just want you to warm up on your writing skills. And then there'll be a DBQ. In that DBQ, all you have to do for me is write an outline. Right? So the outline, the beginning of the outline is your thesis. Right? The first bullet point is your thesis. Then underneath that, body paragraph 1. What's the first point from your thesis? Write that out, and then give me a quote or some evidence from one of the documents and cite it. Then maybe one more sentence of you expanding on that, providing some of your own opinion, and then do the same things for paragraph 2 and 3, and then give me a quick outline of what your conclusion would be, what your final paragraph would be. That's all you got to do this week. You got to do it for Unit 3 and Unit 4, but you need to provide me outlines. Okay, that'll be how we build up. We'll do similar stuff next week, and then the week right before the test, actually next week I'll make you probably write a DBQ, just one though, and the week before one more, so that way you've at least had the practice of writing DBQs, because that's your whole test, right? Also in those reviews will be a couple of short paragraphs that you have to write me. They'll come directly out of the book, and some content review questions that come directly out of the book. The content review ones only have to be one sentence answers, so that's not a lot of writing. But we're in the period now, guys, it's all review. All review, all review, all review to get ready for that test on May 15th. If you have any questions or anything, hit me up. Okay, respond to email super fast. You can hit me on Google Hangouts. Okay, you can call the school and ask for me. I'm here pretty much every day between 8 and noon. So that's where we're at this week for AP. It'll be pretty similar next week, and the week right before the test will be a little bit more intense at the beginning, and I'll give you a couple days just to get ready. Okay, so with that said, anything you've missed so far, I know we've had some issues with internet stuff for some of you, with packets because I've screwed up for some of you. Get it to me. You know me. I put zeros in, but I'll fix it. I don't want to take any points off during this period. So with that said, we will talk later.